Don't worry. Look
Wow.
at that. Just look at you just stuck right exactly where the wall was going. Headers.
Whoa, what a
Accuracy.
header.
Let's
You get the first time
go.
shot or no?
No, I just
Wow.
those 3 headings gave me like +10.
That was a Rabona through ball to you too.
What's your heading at?
Ooh, probably like 80.
Oh.
Ah!
I'm a monster! This build is a cheat code. What is going on? That's it. Bro, let's go.
Don't have a long shot, but I can pass you.
I have long shots still. I can try it at least. Haven't freaking scored with it. Ah.
First. Oh, there you go.
That's it.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Ooh. Ah, that's the new spot.
On the ball, Hidalgo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, you got that
Finish
off.
that. Oh
Nice.
my gosh. That
I
pass.
thought it was done for sure.
Wow, you dusted around. Oh. Oh.
Damn. Hey, body.
That.
Get there.
Oh,
Nice.
let's go. What's up, guys? This is Lesky. In today's video, we're going to be looking at another build for FIFA 23 Pro Clubs. It's going to be in the winger position. And wingers this year seem to be one of the best positions in the game, if not the best attacking position in Pro Clubs. They are the fastest and they have the best dribbling stats. So for this winger build, I wanted to make it versatile to where you can use it in like a forward position, like a striker or a center forward, a 2-striker formation, whatever it may be. I wanted to make a versatile winger that can also be viable out on the wing, but you can also play more central as a striker with this build. It is very good and probably going to be one of my favorite builds to level up once I get max, and I'll probably make another video on it because it's going to be very good. Already with the skill points I have, it feels amazing. So let's dive into this build. We are listed as a winger. You're going to be left wing, right wing, does not matter. Just make sure you're listed in one of the winger positions. Height I chose is 6'2". I felt like that was a good height for a winger build that I'm trying to make more as like a forward. And then 149 is the weight that I went for. Preferred foot, right-footed, but that's really up to you. Let's look at the perks. The first perk I chose is pinpoint cross. If you're going to be using this build more on the wing, I think pinpoint cross will be your best bet. Maybe not so much if you're actually going to be using it as a striker or like a center forward. You could possibly put like another passing perk on or just like another shooting perk or anything really that you want. You kind of have some options depending on how you want to use this build. But even if you're using this build as like a striker, pinpoint cross could be helpful. You might find yourself going wide a bit. It's pretty pacey and being kind of like a winger sometimes, just drifting wide, maybe running down the line. And you might find a situation where you have to cross it to like a midfielder running to the box or like your other striker partner or like a winger or whatever it may be. So pinpoint cross could be helpful if you're still using this build as a striker, but it's not necessary, especially if you're a solo striker. I probably wouldn't use pinpoint cross. I would probably go with like maybe like distant shooter or something would be pretty good. I'm not too sure. Or first time shot could be a really good option as well. But for the second perk, I put poacher, and this will increase all your shooting attributes once you are inside the box. I believe I tried first time shot also instead of poacher. I believe that's what I tried first before I put poacher on. It's good, but I kind of wanted more chances. I wanted to use the first time shot more, and I wasn't using it as much as I wanted to. So I decided to put poacher on, and it is just really good when you get in the box. Even if you just have like average shooting stats, it'll upgrade all those shooting stats and make them pretty solid, and you'll be pretty reliable when it comes to finishing chances inside the box with poacher on this winger build. So I really like poacher. I would recommend having that if you're using it on the wing or even as like a forward or striker. Definitely have poacher, and then first time shot is an option if you don't want poacher, or if you don't want pinpoint cross, you can run poacher and first time shot. That could be very solid. And then the third perk I have is physical strength, which I do think you should have this on. Wingers don't have the greatest physical stats. We are a bigger winger, so we have decent strength. I think it's something in the 70s. But the physical strength will basically upgrade the strength even more and probably get it to like low 80s, maybe high 70s in strength. And it'll just make you feel better on the ball. You won't be able to get bumped off the ball as easily. And it'll just be nice to have good physical attributes. on a winger build, especially if you're going to be using it more as like a striker. That'll also increase the jumping, which will make you better in the air. And this build is kind of tall, so that is pretty nice. But these are the 3 perks that I use the majority of the time. Feel free to take off Pinpoint Cross, just depends how you're actually going to use this build. I would keep Poacher and Physical Strength, but you can switch this one out if you want. Let's look at the skill tree. On this physical page, you'll see that we have some upgrades. I just mentioned that we have the Physical Strength perk on this build to increase the jumping and strength because wingers do not have that great of base physical stats. So on the left side, what you're going to do is just go all the way down to this 3rd strength, and we'll get +6 strength for 8 skill points, and that'll get us to 71 strength, which I wanted to get in the 70s at least. We could go for the bull archetype later, and to get even more strength, that could be a good option, but for now we don't have enough skill points. So I just put 2 skill points onto this +3 reactions to bump the reactions up to 92 to get it in the 90s. I like having the reactions 90 or higher, and this year it seems even more important to have good reactions. So this is the physical stats. Remember that jumping and strength will actually be a bit better because of the Physical Strength perk. On to the dribbling page. This right here is why wingers are one of the best positions in the game. Their dribbling is phenomenal. We have 90 agility, 90 balance, 91 ball control, and 93 dribbling. All you're going to do on this left side is go down to the Maestro archetype. You'll get the skill moves, and then make sure you get this dribbling right here, and then this dribbling right under it. And then on the right side, we go down to the Lynx archetype. Make sure to get the second part right here for this balance, and then lastly, you'll just go down to the skill moves, and we'll leave off this ball control, this dribbling, and this agility for now. We can probably upgrade it later on once we get more skill points. But for now, all the dribbling stats are 90 or higher, and that is good enough for me. So if you're going to give this build a try, test out the dribbling, do some agile dribbling, some left stick dribbling, try some skill moves, some 4-star, 5-star skill moves, because this is one of the strengths of this build. So give it a try. Don't be afraid to try some nice dribbles on your opponent. Onto the passing page, where we have pretty decent passing stats, and we went for some upgrades here, mostly for some curve and crossing upgrades, but also we have some vision and some long pass and short pass. So on the left side, I went down to this crossing and vision. It's great value. I do this on the majority of my builds that I'm trying to upgrade the passing because it gives you +5 upgrades for 3 skill points. And then on the left side, I went all the way down to this curve right here, got this curve, and then I made sure to get the curve under that also. That'll give you +4 curve for 3 skill points. And that will get us to 90 curve. And as like a winger and striker, I feel like that's helpful. It helps with your passes, your crosses, but it also helps with like finesse shots, adds more bend to the shot. And then even like outside foot shot, it'll also add more bend to your shot. So it'll just make those shots even better with the higher curve. And then on the right side, this is just 1 skill point for this short pass, and same for this long pass. So I might as well go for it. It's just good value. And then I got this vision right here for now. It could change once we get more skill points, but this is what I have right now. So 84 vision, 83 crossing, 75 long pass, 83 short pass, and 90 curve. So the passing on this build is really good, honestly. You could even use this build as a cam. The only downside, I guess, is the long pass, but it's really not too bad. And if we do spend some more skill points on the passing page, we could upgrade the long passing even higher and probably get it in the 80s. So the passing is phenomenal on this build. You can even hit those through balls over the top because of the 84 vision. And if you're going to be using the crossing perk on this build, we have 83 crossing. So the crossing will actually be even higher. And the early crosser trait that it gives you, the swerve trait, will help a lot. And you should be getting a lot of assists from crosses, especially if you have like another big guy up top on your team that is good in the air. You'll get a lot of assists from crosses. So this is the passing page. Let's take a look at shooting. I currently have a 4-star weak foot on this build. The only thing I have on the left side is some shot power. I upgraded +5 shot power for 3 skill points to get it to 78. And then on the right side, it looks a little bit confusing right now, so I'm going to take it all off. What you're going to do, starting on the middle section, the heading accuracy logos, you're going to get all 3 of these. And then you're going to get the weak foot right under it. And then to the right of that, we're going to get this finishing, this +3 finishing. And then we're going to go back to the top right and get this +3 finishing as well. You don't want to get this one because it's 3 skill points for only 2 finishing. It's not as good of value as the other one. So that's why I have it set up like this. And then I made sure to get this heading and volleys. the second part of this third one right here. Make sure you're on the third one because this one will give you +4 heading and +4 volleys, while the other two will only give you +3 volleys. So make sure you do that. It'll give you better heading, better volleys, get both of those stats in the 80s. And then the last thing I have for now on this build is just to increase the long shots because that is like the lowest stat for now on this winger build. And I think I just had some extra skill points I needed to throw on this build, so I just put it on this long shots. You could also put it on like this finishing or something, but I decided to go for the long shots to bump that up to 76 for now. What does this one do? This one only gives you +2, so yeah, this is better value. But this is the shooting page, and remember that I do have the poacher perk on this build. So like once you're in the box and shooting inside the box, the finishing, the heading, the shot power, the long shots, the volleys, all those stats will be better. Even like penalties, once you're taking a penalty, I think the poacher will actually help that too. So the shooting is actually pretty good. And if you're gonna try the first time shot perk on this build too, it'll give you the power header trait, and then your heading will be even better. Your heading will actually probably be really good. You'll probably be kind of a threat in the air. So the shooting is phenomenal on this build, honestly, because of that poacher perk, really increasing these shooting attributes even more. Onto the pace page. As of right now, this build has 87 pace, and this has not been a problem for me. I feel like 87 pace is a good amount for this 6'2 winger build. I could bump it up more and get the cheetah archetype once we get some more skill points. So like once I get 10 more skill points freed up, I can get +6 acceleration and +4 sprint speed, so the pace will be in the 90s, and then it'll probably be good to go, and that's probably all I have to do on the pace page. But for right now, 87 isn't too bad at all. And this year in FIFA, it doesn't seem like pace is as important, so it's really not that bad that the pace isn't in the 90s. So I believe that's going to do it for this winger/forward build. Let me know in the comments if you give this build a try and what y'all think of it. Honestly, it's one of my favorite builds that I've used so far, or at least for the attacker positions. Hit that like button on this video for me, and then hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already subbed. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.